The Frog Who Had Teeth. One dark night, the frog was about to eat a magic fly. Suddenly the fly said,
"If you lead me, I can give you perfect teeth."
The frog agreed and was happy with his new teeth.
"I'm delighted with the change," repeated the frog proudly. "I much prefer the consumption of candy to feeding on filthy flies."
The magic fly noticed that the frog was taking little care about choosing what to eat, and he kept telling the frog,
"Look after your teeth, Mr. Frog. Brush them so you don't get a toothache. And above all, don't eat so many sweets."
But the frog didn't pay much attention. He thought his teeth were too strong for him to have to brush them. He liked sweets so much that he didn't even try to eat less. One day, a tooth started decaying and started to fall out. Gradually, the decay spread throughout his mouth, and there were holes in all his teeth. And when his last tooth fell out, he lost the ability to talk. Poor Mr. Frog. If he hadn't lost that last tooth, he could have told the magic fly that if he gave him teeth again, he would brush them every day. After all, there's nothing more disgusting than having to go back to eating bugs. Yuck! Moral of the story, always listen to your well-wishers. The Big Grumpy Tree. There was once a grumpy tree. It was the biggest tree in the forest, and it didn't need its shadow for anything. But the tree would never share its shadow with any of the animals, and wouldn't let them come anywhere near. One year, the autumn and winter were terrible, and the tree, without its leaves, was going to die of cold. A little girl, who went to live with her grandma that winter, found the tree shivering, so she went to get a great big scarf to warm the tree up. The next springtime, the tree had learned from the girl's generosity. When she sat next to the trunk, the tree bent down to shade her from the sun. From then on, all animals were able to shade themselves well, because the tree had learned that having kind and generous beings around makes the world a much better place to live in. Moral of the story, be kind and generous to others. The Impatient Boy. A king who had no children announced a competition to decide who would be made a prince and heir to the throne. The boy, who passed all the tests, although excellent, was impatient, and that worried the king. So the king decided to test the boy. He took the boy to the forest with a dog and pointed him at a great treasure in the center of the woods. The king left the boy with the dog and said that if, upon his return, the boy and the treasures were still there waiting for him, then the boy would receive the kingdom. The boy accepted the challenge, but soon he grew impatient, and despite the king's warnings, the boy entered the forest. As soon as he did so, the treasure disappeared, and so the boy lost both the treasure and the chance to inherit the kingdom. Moral of the story, have patience.
Listen to more kid stories. Download our app, Play Store and App Store now.